All right, this guy, John Bradenberg, in 2014 publishes a paper about this xenon 129 isotope that he finds in the Mars atmosphere. He suggests it's evidence of a large thermonuclear event, which, for example, we don't have any of this that's naturally occurring. This specific isotope only occurs when we do open air nuclear testing. He says this happened about 500 million years ago, which happened in the Mare Acidalium location, which is about 30 degrees north to 65 degrees north, 0 to 60 degrees west. This is kind of a big location. His specific detonation zone was 50 degrees north, 30 degrees west. Don't ask me how he got that. But he suggests that the Coriolis winds on Mars blows this fallout to Cydonia Mensa, which, if you know this location, 40 degrees north, 9 degrees west, is the face of Mars that everybody references from the Viking orbiter's picture of 1976. And in this conversation, Project Stargate, which is the remote viewing operation in the CIA with Hal Puthoff and Ingo Swann that operated from the 60s all the way up through like the 90s, eventually released and declassified about 12 million documents, citing all sorts of crazy stuff about remote viewing across the planet, military operations, but one in particular in 1984 was a remote viewing on the planet Mars 1 million years ago, and here it is.
The sealed envelope was given to the subject immediately prior to the interview. The envelope was not opened until after the interview. In the envelope was a 3x5 card with the following information: the planet Mars, time of interest approximately 1 million years ago. He gets the envelope, he goes to these coordinates, he's asked to go to the time indicated in the envelope, he tracks a geological problem, dust storm, severe clouds. Then he's asked to go to a time before the geological problem. He said total difference. He said, okay, now look at this period of time and see if you can find any activity. He then reports that he sees essentially shadows of the people who were there, but they're not there anymore. He can sense the life force. So then he's asked, go to a period of time where they are there. Now you can interpret that he starts at 1 million years ago, but then he goes back prior to the geological issues, and he finds that there was remnants of life force. So he goes back to where those people were. So he's going back in time way back. And then he says, I keep seeing very large people. They appear tall and thin, very large. They're wearing strange clothing. Then is asked to move from his current location to these directions. He says he sees pyramids. It's a filter from the storm. Say that again. They're like shelters from the storms. These structures you're seeing, yes, they're designed for that. Go inside one of these and see if you can find some activity. The guy then asked, tell me about the people who sleep through the storms in the pyramids. Yes, the very tall, very thin people in the light silk, weird clothing that's cut to fit. He says, move close to one of them and ask them to tell you about themselves. They're ancient people. They're dying. They're looking for a way to survive and just can't. They're hanging on or looking for something to return with the answer. Evidently, it's a group or a party of them that went to find a new place to live. Corruption of their environment. It's failing very rapidly, and this group went somewhere like a long way to find another place to live. Then he asks, what's the cause of this atmospheric disturbance? And essentially the guy's like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. It's a warp, and it's very spacey. It's like a globe that goes through a comet's tail over a river. It's something very cosmic. It's like space pictures. He says, all right, now before you leave, ask this individual if he knows who you are and if there's any way that you can help him in this present predicament. He basically says he thinks that he perceives him as a hallucination and they just have to wait. Okay, when the others left, these people are waiting. When the others left, how did they go? Well, he gets an impression that it's a large boat with very round walls made out of shiny metal. Go along with them on their journey and find out where it is that they go. Impression of a really crazy place with volcanoes, gas pockets, and strange plants. Very volatile place. It's a very much like going from a frying pan into the fire. Difference is there seems to be a lot of vegetation where the other place did not have it, and different kind of storm.
All right, so in its entirety, 500 million years ago, a portion of the tall, thin Martians left Mars in search of a new home. The other ones stayed back. They were waiting for them to return to tell them where they could go. They did find a new planet with volcanic activity, volatile storms, but most importantly, vegetation. Now, if he saw forests, he would have said trees, forest. He said vegetation, which at the time, 500 million years ago on Earth, we did not have anything on land except we had a thriving ocean with multicellular or single-celled organisms and moss, which would be a description of vegetation that maybe if you came from a destroyed atmosphere of Mars from thermonuclear activity, you would not have any of that. So the question is, did they come to Earth? And if they were here, they didn't stay for 500 million years, so they must have eventually left. Did they go back to Mars to try to rescue everybody else? Did they go to another planet? Nibiru. And eventually, did they come back to build the pyramids and obelisks that are ever present on Mars and also here that we can't explain how they were built? I don't know, man.